WLFR Radio, where business is hot and nobody gets burned. And today we have a special guest. We have James Warwick on the show with us today. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so you can see his profile on Back Office Engine. So let's jump right into the show. Okie dokie. So as you can see, this is James' contact information here. All of his links will be in the description so that you can contact him via his website, connect with him on YouTube, or email him right here. So James has a professional background in health and nutritional supplements, and he is looking for people that essentially want to take their health to the next level with supplements. And so, without further ado, I present to you the one, the only Mr. James Warwick.
Yeah. You hear all my fans shout into the background. Thanks for that awesome intro, Jonathan.
How's it going, James? What's new, brother?
It's going great, man. Nothing new, but just great things. Absolutely. But yeah, thanks for having me on today. And yeah, the take away. You want me to just kind of start off here with a little bit about my background and kind of just go from there?
Yeah, so pretty much we want to let the membership know how they can better refer you, learn more about you, where you come from, and feel more connected to you. So yeah, our first question is, what's your background? Where do you come from? What makes James James?
Yeah. Jonathan, have you ever been to Illinois?
I've been to Chicago.
Okay. Yeah. Chicago's cool, but don't live in Illinois. Okay. Unless you like cornfields, soybeans type of stuff. But yeah, I'm a Midwest boy, grew up there, born and raised. I always tell people I'm from Chicago, and people always get offended, when I say I'm from Chicago, and I basically tell them I'm from the burbs, of Chicago. But yeah, Chicago's a cool city. Grew up about an hour and a half west of Chicago or so, in a small town. It's called Geneva, Illinois. Grew up some outer towns outside of there too. But yeah, I grew up pretty traditionally, raised by a single mother, worked her butt off, to just make sure I had a great lifestyle out there and everything. But yeah, I don't know about you, Jonathan, but I was always willing to work hard. Like I had like an entrepreneur mindset, I always had an entrepreneur attitude growing up. Like I was always the one who was like hustling the golfers. I had a golf course near me, and I'd always dive into like the ponds, get the golf balls, wash them off, resell them again. I remember one time, I feel so bad, but it was like a really hot day, and they have like water coolers, at the golf courses, and I emptied out all the water, in the golf cooler, and I ended up posting up a shop there, selling my water bottles for $2 a piece, but yeah, grew up, pretty traditionally. When I was 18 years old, my whole family kind of wanted me to kind of go down the traditional route, go to school for 4 years, get a kind of a traditional job, and go down that path. But when I was 18, I moved out to LA. Was originally getting into real estate, actually. So getting my real estate license out here, and thought I'd be a big baller, in the real estate field, and sell $1 million houses up in Bel Air and Beverly Hills, and driving nice cars. And yeah, I just kind of realized that wasn't the kind of lifestyle I wanted. So I got out of that field, was kind of floating around for a little bit, was just trying to, figure out kind of what I wanted to do, and kind of fell into the business I'm doing today, and it's been a journey, 100%. And yeah, just super excited about where I'm going here in the next 5 to 10 years. So yeah, thanks for listening. I know I could be a chatter.
No, that's great. We want to hear your story. So you kind of hit on the second question also a little bit, which was how you got involved in the business that you're in now. Before we kind of moved on to the next point, did you want to, lay out any other details, like add some meat and potatoes to how you got into what you're doing now with the group?
Yeah, Absolutely. Whenever I'm actually, networking or just kind of just talking with anyone about my business, and I was actually have to talk about gratitude, because I'm actually extremely grateful, for some of the people that have come into my lives and really just shown me the kind of business that I'm in now and just kind of building out. But yeah, I actually used to be a gymnastics coach, believe it or not. Yeah, so if you ever want to learn how to do a backflip with me next time, Jonathan, we're out in Wildfire, man, let me know. I'll show you how to whip one. Yeah, I was actually working as a gymnastics coach, and I met an incredible individual, good friend of mine. He used to be an aerospace engineer, actually. His wife's a doctor, psychiatry. Yeah, I found out Rebels was actually retired, from kind of the traditional employment world in his early 30s. Really just had a lot of control of his time and money. Really just had some incredible options, in his life, a lifestyle that, I actually really never saw before. And yeah, I was able to just kind of build some trust with him and some rapport. And he really showed me some incredible systems to kind of tap into, and some of those systems, yeah, fell into the supplemental and nutritional and kind of health kind of realm, and obviously a whole bunch of subcategories and different categories too. But that's how I got connected to the business that I'm building now. And yeah, it's been a journey here for almost the last 5 years or so.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So going down the line, our next question we have for you is, how was it that you got involved with the Wildfire Business Networking community?
Yeah, one the thing that my mom always told me, growing up is be careful who you surround yourself with. And when she said, like, take the top 5 average people around you, most likely that's be who you are. You're going to be the 6, and I'm just huge into just professional networking. And I actually used to sell Xerox printers, like the big printers, basically. I used to go door to door and sell Xerox printers, that's how I actually initially. Uh-oh, Jonathan.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm good. I don't know if I'm bugging over here. This LA Wi-Fi, but you can hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. We're good.
But yeah, I used to sell like Xerox printers. If you think, yeah, and if you think any kind of a shirt to sell, try selling a freaking printer, But I got connected actually through the group, just doing some research. I was, before building my own business and stuff like that, full time. I joined the group actually as the printer managed print service kind of category, and just during the pandemic, I kind of fell out of that. But yeah, I got connected through Wildfire. I met so many amazing people through the group. It was just a group of, what I loved about the group was there's just so many different backgrounds of just individuals. You have people who are carpet cleaners, to people who sell supplements to help people with their health walk, to insurance, to lawyers and stuff like that. So yeah, just kind of fell into that group. I was building the business for about 2 years until I actually got reconnected with Wildfire, and thought it could help take my business on my customer side of things to the next level. And just definitely wanted to reconnect with some incredible folks. So yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So going further down the line, just getting to know more about you. So pretty much you're from Chicago, so Midwest. You're big on, I'm guessing, meat and potatoes, and what, the Packers or the Bears?
Don't even say the Packers, man. Absolutely. Definitely the Bears. At the end of the day, what's your home team? Are you from around here?
LA, born and raised, Pasture
Um,
raised, one of the few, last of a dying breed.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. You actually don't hear that much, There's so
Yeah.
many people who come out here to LA, so you are a dying breed.
Yeah. So yeah, so Chicago raised, Midwest, meat and potatoes, traditional things and whatnot, and you got introduced to a certain lifestyle to be in business, and that kind of attracted you and kept you doing what you're doing now because you were looking at real estate initially, and it wasn't your cup of tea. We'll kind of say maybe it
Yeah.
wasn't enough sugar in the tea.
Yeah, not my cup of tea, even though I think it's still a great industry. Oh my God. Yeah, definitely
Mhm,
a lot of, success can be built out in that realm for sure.
mhm. Yeah, and so you pretty much came to Wildfire pretty much pre-pandemic, and then you came back. And so the next question moving along we have for you is your vision. What do you have, or what are you looking forward to with your business now?
Yeah, there's a couple different categories, my business because I see kind of like two things because obviously I have a customer side base of my business, so that's obviously kind of the category that I'm in for Wildfire, which is like the supplements and health. I'm super excited to actually really grow my customer base. I have some plans of really growing that area. I really want to get more involved in, different people's lifestyles and just seeing where I could potentially feel, different gaps, in their life in terms of health, energy, just overall like well-being. So yeah, I'm just excited to grow my customer base a little bit more. And then, because I, in the business that I'm building, I have a customer base, but then I also have a business development kind of side of things where I'm also building a team and scaling out, not just out here in LA, but really all over the place, in the United States. But yeah, I have a vision, this year to scale a business in over, like, I want to have business in over 10 states actually. And I work some side hustles there and there outside of my business. So, the goal is to really build build up my business, my customer base, I do to where, I'm just building my business full time and just have complete control of my schedule. That's just like the biggest thing that I want, at this point. So yeah, that's like the big goal of 2023. This year is like the year of discipline, year of discipline for me, and just finish laying out that foundation that I need to lay out. But yeah, just super excited to this business is fun. Like I love also just helping people, just just even just finding ways to just again just add some kind of value to their life, whether it's with a product or even some kind of service, at the end of the day. So yeah, that's what I'm excited about.
Okay, nice, nice. And then you said you spoke briefly on discipline. Do you have any like set routine that you've been that kind of caught your eye that works, or are you just like naturally just like um disciplined sort of? You're like a natural inclination. Like how do you build discipline
No,
and maintain it?
I'm not someone who's naturally disciplined. Like that's like, yeah, I have so much props to, like, again, people who just like have, I don't think anybody has natural discipline. Like I think it's learned, either it's modeled from a young age, right, from their parents or different, like, at least for me, I didn't really have that. But I don't know, have you ever read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, or heard of it?
I've heard of it, but I've never actually read the book.
Yeah, I like that book was honestly a life changer, for me in terms of just like building healthy habits that like lead to discipline. So yeah, I have like a something called a golden hour that I do every day. So like every day, right now, Monday through Friday at least, I wake up at 6 a.m. I have a Spanish lesson. I'm trying to, be bilingual since my girlfriend's from El Salvador. Then right after that, I go to the gym. like I'll have days where I don't even feel like I even do like a full workout. Sometimes I'll just go to the gym, just to, whether it's like a light lift and I'll hit the sauna, but like, it's just like the follow through of like my identity that I'm trying to build, it's like the identity of someone who follows through no matter what, how I'm feeling. So like, those are just like my morning rituals. And then obviously have different, habits and, time blocks that I block out for my business and everything in terms of my outreach and, networking and stuff like that. But yeah, I think like the biggest discipline that I've implemented is honestly just like starting the day right. Has been How about you? I'm
Okay.
I'm curious. I mean, I know, I know this is about me, but I'm always curious about just learning and like what I know you've been in business for a while. Like what are some good like healthy habits and disciplinary stuff that you've put in your life to really help your business move forward?
So I would say the biggest thing is getting control of I say my mind, getting control of the health, making sure your hormones are in place. So what does that mean? Is that I get enough sunlight first thing in the
Mhm.
morning. It kind of not just the vitamin D, but the cortisol gets me activated in the morning. So I will get at least, 20, 30 minutes per day of sunlight. I'll at least try to
Nice.
get, 10, 15 in the morning. So I'll be up early and then come first light when it's above, let's just say, not the horizon line, but when it's above like a building, then I'll, go out into the sun. And that
Uh,
makes me feel pretty good actually. Something else that I do aside from the sunlight is to try to drink plenty of water. That keeps me hydrated, keeps my brain, I guess, healthy too. But aside from the sunlight, the gym, and the water, I'd probably say something that's also important is sleep. And I'm kind of, I would say, caught between the devil and the deep blue sea on sleep. Because on the one end, it's like you obviously need to rest,
yeah.
right? But on the other end, it's like you're just sleeping. Like, what are you doing? There's work to be
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. I feel that way all the time. You're like, man, I got only this much time to live, and so much, not enough time to get all that work in. 100%.
hmm hmm So, I mean, something else. I write things down. I think
Hmm.
that's a big help. I kind of write it down in a journal. So, I'd probably say that would be the biggest delta in my life is having a journal that I write in.
Is it because I know right now I have a gratitude journal. That's also like something that's part of my morning habits. Do you journal in like the beginning of the day, or do you try to journal towards like the end and you're just reflecting on the day?
I'll usually wait towards the end of the day. It's
Mm,
I don't know why I never started in the morning, but yeah, I kind of wait towards the end of the day just to decompress. And yeah, I mean, I find it's interesting. You kind of get into a zone, I think, when you're writing.
100%. I think like reflection too is like one of the most important things, which most people like they subconsciously do, sometimes, but they never actually take the time to really like lay it all out,
hmm
um, which is important.
hmm hmm So rounding off the corners here, we're at the home stretch. So,
Yes.
what about any visions for wildfire or suggestions for wildfire on how we can be a better group?
Oh my God. First off, again, like I've never, I like literally for my business, I'm a networker. Like that's what I do. I help build networks and build teams and everything like that. And I've never seen a group like Wildfire. Again, in terms of just different backgrounds and everything. But I think the things that we write are definitely like the in persons and building that connection. Really, having standards, right? Again, to have good culture, like you got to have standards, in terms of certain amount of referrals and I think we have a really good culture. I think one thing that we're gonna continue to improve on is actually like build our culture. I think like the group like again just need some new fresh faces in terms of just like different backgrounds, right? So in terms of just like making the group better, just again just bringing in just different more and more and better people, you know, at the end of the day. And then, yeah, I don't know too, because, you know, again, I'm a pretty new member, you know, so like I don't have the, you know, some of the background from some of these guys who've been around for 10, 15, 20, 25 years, you know, but yeah, I know that like I think it'd be cool to have maybe more in-person meetings. Well, I think that's a pretty good idea, but yeah, I think yeah, that's all the ideas I got, you know, for now. You know, I think it'd be cool too to have some kind of like, I don't know, maybe a young guy like me. You know, and I think maybe some like final, you know, uh, like incentive, you know, for different referrals for different groups. You know, I know that can be like a gray area, you know, but like I know when I worked in real estate and stuff like that, you know, you get paid for finders fees and, you know, for different stuff. So, you know, just something to maybe like expand on, you know, maybe in the future.
Hmm. Hmm. So pretty much having the in persons are working great, right? You get that connection, you get that warm, fuzzy feeling, and your backflip, by the way, at the last meeting, it's on camera, it's on YouTube, and you did great. That was smooth. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't land on
Everybody
my
liked it.
face, you know. Yeah, or my pants ripped. That was the biggest thing I was worried about. I'm like, there's definitely a 50-50 chance that my pants rip on this, but yeah, went for it.
Yeah, I mean, that was props to you because I was like, man, he's doing a backflip in a suit.
Yeah, just imagine if I didn't have a suit on, I could have done two in a row.
Oh, there we go. There you go. So you got the final word, James. Any last thoughts for the group?
No, just super grateful to be part of this group. Yeah, just super excited to build better, stronger relationships with every single one of you guys, just so that I can honestly just refer you better, you know, and just help your business move forward. You know, because yeah, I think that's like the sole purpose of this group is to obviously not just like have yourself move forward, you know, but to have everybody around you, you know, also move forward. And yeah, I know the best way is to just continue to just build personal relationships and continue to just ask questions on just how you can help someone. So that's it, John. Thanks for having me. You know, I felt
One
like I was in a
final question, actually.
Joe Rogan podcast.
Joe Rogan podcast, right? One more question, and we got to get this one out there also out into the ether. What's a good referral for you?
um, you know, great question. Honestly, it can be honestly almost any, not to like, you know, but um majority of people, you know, believe it or not, take some kind of supplements. Like most people work out, right? You know, most people take some kind of pre-workout or post-workout, or you know, some kind of protein, or some, you know, people have some kind of diet that they're following. So I can also help them kind of navigate some of that stuff and fill in some of the nutritional gaps, you know. And then also like supplements, you know, a lot of people, you know, take multivitamins, you know, so I can help them come up with a better, you know, supplemental plan. But people who care about their health, and then people also probably who maybe aren't, you know, that healthy, like, you know, I can help them just come up with just some better systems and, you know, get them with some just quality products that, you know, can just help them live a better, healthier, more energetic life. Um, you know, but really anyone, you know, who's willing to, you know, feel better, feel healthier, have more energy um, at the end of the day.
Okay, good stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Mr. James Warwick. He is our supplementologist of the group. If you have any questions or comments that you want to talk with James, his information is down below in the description. You can reach out to him via email, connect with him on LinkedIn, or visit his website to purchase products directly. So, we'll see you guys here next time. Take care and have a good one.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Mhm.